All right, so here we go. The nice silver Lumix G, and take it out of its little baggie. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is one of the very first times that I have ever done any type of unboxing, but I don't normally get into the whole unboxing thing, but since Kelly and I are going to be trying to do a little more vlogging and being a little more interactive on our YouTube channel and Facebook and things like that, I figured people love unboxing, so I'm going to go and do an unboxing here. And I want to show you guys what I got from Amazon today. So it was like Christmas today. It was pretty cool when I got my notification on the phone that these items were here. So I ran downstairs and grabbed them and held back until I could film this unboxing today. So let me jump in and show you what I purchased from Amazon that's going to help Kelly and I with our vlogging and getting a little better on YouTube, maybe making a little better videos for everybody. So just to start, a couple things outside of the main unboxing that I wanted to show you is in this white box here. So this box is Maono, I believe is how you say it. And I went ahead and got some lavalier microphones that actually plug into a digital camera. You can plug them into your cell phone, any recording device basically. So looks like they're in a nice little, kind of feels like real leather bag that they're in, which is pretty interesting. Kind of nice little carrying case. And these just plug into the audio jack, like I said, on any of your recording devices. Oop, I just lost some pieces there. So there's some parts in here. These are the lavalier clips, so that you can clip those onto your shirt as you're recording your video. So a couple of those clips. This is actually a dual set. This is not just a single set. So and then this is the adapter plug here, so based on what size audio jack that you have available. And here's the real important piece of it here. So this is the part that allows it to take two of the lavalier microphones into one jack, so you can actually record two different people all at the same time, which
starting with one from Amazon.
Sorry about that.
That's your phone?
No, that was yours.
Oh. All right, so this piece here allows you to group two different lavaliers microphones into one port, which is all important because Kelly and I are both going to be vlogging, and this will allow us to be able to both be on lavalier microphones to hopefully give better audio and reduce any outside noises that are popping up. So that's great. And then these are the actual two lavalier microphones here. Both of them are the same. These have an extra long cord. It's 78 inches long, which is hopefully going to allow it to go from the camera, where the camera's on the tripod and recording, over to us sitting in our chairs when we're talking. I'm not quite sure if we're really going to be able to use these for when we're out and about walking around, because we'll have to stand really close to each other. But we'll see. We'll play around and test them, and just kind of see what comes of that. So that's those. So I'm going to put everything aside here. Next up is I ordered another. This is our third or fourth of the Samsung Evo Select 128 gigabyte SD card. So it's got the micro card with the carrier. This is a U3 class card, and that will allow really good 4K video. So right now you're watching this video in 1080p because I'm currently using a Nikon, what is it, a Nikon D3300. This was actually Kelly's old camera. She handed down to me when she upgraded to a D7500 for her photography. This works great for video, but it is only 1080p, which is perfectly fine for now, but it's not future-proof as everything's moving to 4K and more people are getting 4K monitors. However, these SD cards we have been using for a while now in our GoPros, in other recording devices, as well as I'm using this exact card right now in this camera that we're recording with. Kelly uses them in her camera, her D7500, to take pictures with, so that we never have to worry about space. They actually have recently come out with a 256 gigabyte from Samsung that's a U3, and it's just over $100, like $101 on Amazon right now on sale. Not a bad deal, but this 128 is only 40. I think I paid like 42 bucks for this Samsung. And because we've had good luck with them, the write speed is 100 megabytes per second. I'm sorry, that's the read speed. The write speed is 90 megabytes per second. Really quick, and we have had zero issues with these cards so far. No loss of data, no corruption, anything like that. And we've used them in multiple devices. Same card, switching from device to device, which is not always the best. However, we do that, and we have zero issues with it. So that's another little gift that we got ourselves. All right, so here we are. We are ready to unbox our brand new digital camera that will become our primary camera that we are using whenever we are doing our vlog. And this will be used across any of our channels that we're vlogging on. So, and here's the thing, it's a 4K. And this is a Panasonic Lumix G7. So this is one of the newer cameras. Panasonic has a newer model that has come out, but price-wise, we wanted to go with something still fairly economical. We only paid $497.99 on Amazon for this guy, where the new one that just came out is over 900. Actually, it's just over 800 bucks, almost $900. And there's some added benefits, but nothing that I think scared us away from going with this this last model. I did get the silver version, so if you can see here, we went with the silver. So basically what you're seeing on the box is the black version, and we'll get to see the cool shiny silver that's on there. This, I think, is going to be a great camera. I spent a lot of time watching other YouTube reviews and real-world reviews just to make sure that this was going to be able to do what we wanted it to do. And I'll show you some of the features that we really like about it whenever we pop it open. But just to give you guys some of the stats before I unbox it, it has a 16 megapixel live MOS sensor. This is a mirrorless camera. So the glass is going to be a lot smaller for this camera. You don't have to have as bulky of a camera. It's going to be a lot lighter weight, which is really nice, and gives you really awesome pictures, which is good. So it also has a 3-inch LCD monitor on there that fully swivels, and I'll show you that. It has ISO from 200 to 25,600, which is going to give a really nice ISO range for us, and that the mirrorless give a better range than your standard cameras, so your mirrored cameras. So I'm looking forward to having that as well. And like I said, it shoots in 4K ultra resolution. We'll be able to do 1080p at 60 frames per second. We can do our 4K at 30 frames per second. I wish that was a little bit, I wish it had a 60 frames per second for 4K, but this one doesn't have that, but that's okay. We don't do a lot of slow-mos or things like that, so I don't think we really need to have that added in there. So that's some of the stats on the camera. So let's go ahead and pop this guy open here and see what all we have on the inside of it. Oh, by the way, this version that I bought has the 14 to 42 millimeter lens on it, which is going to be a good starter lens for us with using it to vlog. We're going to be mainly up close to things, and we'll probably purchase some glass for it, some new lenses that will allow us to do a little further shooting for whenever we're going to be outside and such. And I also have been looking at some wide angle lenses as well to kind of give some neat shots whenever we're recording. So, all right, so here we go. So open this guy up here. We've got some warning documentation here on the camera, some basic shooting functions here, information on upgrading your firmware. And what the heck is this thing here? Does anybody even use DVDs anymore? We've got a DVD here, so we can download the software onto our computer, and a really thick, looks like there's 3 different manuals there for it. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of good information in there about the camera as well. Throw those aside. All right, so let's see what we have here. So first thing, we have the, what do you call it again, Kelly? Lens hood? Lens hood, right? All right, so we have our lens hood. Huh? All right, and then next we have the 14 to 42 lens. Man, feel how light that baby is.
Gosh, that is so light.
I know, we're so used to the bigger lenses that come with like your standard DSLRs, things like that. So this thing is like super light. Now it's all plastic, with the exception of the lens inside, but it is still really sturdy. I mean, it's made sturdy. Like, it feels good. Doesn't feel like it's cheap or anything like that. So yeah, so we'll put the hood on here, and then we're gonna set this guy aside. All right, and then of course we have a Lumix G lens strap if you need one of those. We probably won't be using that too much since we'll have the camera on some type of a handle or on a tripod or something like that. So let's go into this box here before we pull out the main prize. Let's see, so we have the charger. This is a wall charger. So battery pops in there. Nice little plug that pops out, so you can plug it right into the wall. Okay, we have our battery. I actually ordered 4 more batteries. I found a kit on Amazon. It was like around 35 bucks, and it was 4 batteries that are the 1600 amp batteries. This is only a 1200 amp battery, so I'm hoping the 1600 will give us a little more time in our recording, but this battery is supposed to give about an hour and a half of recording in 4K. So if that's true, then I probably won't need too many more of those batteries, but for that kit with the charger and the other 4 batteries, that was just a great deal. So I figured I would just go ahead and get that. So that way when we're out recording, I don't have to be in a rush to try to charge stuff. So that could be good. All right, so here we go. The nice silver Lumix G, and take it out of its little baggie here, and voila. So very nice looking camera. You can see, so it's got the silver kind of chrome look on the top of it here with the black front. The grip on it is kind of rubbery, so that'll make it easy to kind of hold on to when shooting with it. And super lightweight. Feel that, Kelly?
Oh my gosh.
Now, like I said, this camera is a mirrorless, so there's less parts, moving parts, things like that inside of this here. And one of my favorite features is the pop-out screen here. So you have an LCD screen that swivels out so that whenever you're videoing yourself, you'll be able to see and make sure you've got a good shot, make sure that when you're pointing behind you, you're pointing at the right thing, things like that. This is a 360 swivel, so it'll go all the way around. Actually, I guess it's not quite 360, but it'll get you front and back, up, down, so you can put it at different angles, and it'll flip around to close so you can protect the screen here. And then you can flip it back open, spin it around, close it, and now you've got your LCD screen where you can actually see it on the back of the camera. Other really nice thing about the mirrorless cameras, with a standard DSLR camera, you cannot video through the viewfinder. When you're in video mode, it opens up the mirrors and it blocks your viewfinder, so you cannot actually video if you want the viewfinder. I don't normally, but some people do, and maybe I will now that I can. So we'll see. This here has a little sensor on the front of it, which will turn that monitor on. Basically, there's a little monitor inside of here with the beam mirrorless, and you're seeing the actual digital image, which is really cool. So if you make any tweaks to your settings and what that video will look like differently when it's burned into the SD card, you will see it in that monitor or on the screen here without needing to make any adjustments to it in post, which is awesome. So that's a time saver as well. So other parts of it here, all your settings buttons, very, very similar to a standard DSLR camera. A lot of programmable buttons. So you've got this little dial here that's programmable. You got this dial back here that's programmable. You have other buttons that you can use to program for different things when you're taking pictures or videoing. I may take some pictures with this from time to time, but this is 99% of the time I'm going to be using for video. So hopefully it works out well for that. Shooting in 4K, I think it's going to give us some really nice video quality, and I won't have to resort to my GoPro to get my 4K video. I'll be able to use this camera a majority of the time now, and it's nice and lightweight, so I won't worry about it. If you hear that, these little things here, if you don't put your strap on, these are going to make some noise, all right? So when you're videoing, I would take these off and or put the strap on. Wear your strap on. So let's go ahead and put our lens on here. I'm going to pop the battery in, and let's take a look at it. Let's see what we got, all right? So take our cap off here. Have my lovely assistant hold that for me and twist that cap off. All right. Hey, one of the really cool things is if you, when you take off your cap off of your protection cap off the back of the lens and the one off the camera front, you can actually put those together. So you make one nice piece here, and it makes it a lot easier so you're not losing it. So Kelly and I are always, when we're switching out lenses and stuff, we're always like, where the heck did we put the lens cap? We can never find it. This way it makes it a little bulkier, a little easier to find when you throw it in your camera bag.
Looks like
Which would be kind of nice. It does look like an Oreo cookie, doesn't it? All right. So we've got the lens on. Your battery goes in here in the bottom. Now beware with this. The battery will slide in. When you close this does not automatically clasp. You have to push it back to hold it down. So just be aware of that. It is spring loaded. All right.
it doesn't wear down.
Yeah, that would sink, wouldn't it? So, and then we're gonna put our battery in. Our SD card. Slide that guy in there too. Wouldn't be any good if we couldn't record our video. All right. All those fit in there nice and solid. Nothing was loose. Turn it around. All right, so let's turn this bad boy on here. And you can see we have our touch screen, so we need to do our language select, and we'll go with English this time around. Clock set, and so use these little dials here to change the time. And it is 6 p.m. right now. And we're gonna hit over to the right. 49, I should have went the other way. I wasn't thinking.
6:50 now.
6:50. Wasting minutes here. All right, and we are in May 11th. 2018. Set that. All right. Clock setting has been completed. Perfect. We're going to take off our lens cap. All right. So let's make sure we're zoomed back out, so you can see here. I know it's not entirely in focus for you guys. There we go. A little better. So you can see the screen there. There again, you can pop it off. You can see my monitors and my printer over there from the side. Yeah, my damn it doll. All right. So I have to set my home area. That looks pretty good to me. All right. And we actually are in program mode. We're going to go to movie mode. And there we go. So and then we can just hit record, and we can do a little bit of recording with it. It gives you the time on the left-hand side of how much time is being recorded, which is pretty cool. So you can see how long you've recorded for. And then down here in the bottom right is your remaining time. So when shooting in 4K, you can shoot up to 20, I think it's 20 minutes. It gives us a little more than 20 minutes there at a time, and that's just to protect it, to keep it from overheating. I've read online that people recorded for the full time, started recording again immediately, and have never had any overheating problems with this camera. I've had overheating problems with my GoPro constantly here in the Florida heat. So it's really hot out right now, and it will heat up and shut off automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording there. And just make sure I didn't play around with these too much. Okay, I just want to make sure I had it in 4K mode, which I did. So, all right, so this is it. This is the beast. This is the guy that we're pretty much going to be using for all of our vlogging as we move forward. So every video from here on out, you guys are going to probably see a vlog that was done on this G7. So in the comments below, let me know if you have a G7, if you've used a G7, what you like about it, maybe some things, since this is brand new to us, that you don't like about it. What should we be aware of when videoing with this camera? Anything that we should watch out for, or any tips or tricks? That would be awesome if you guys could give me that feedback. I would really like it. If there's any specific lenses, the glass for this guy, that you think we should purchase next, our second lens to help us with vlogging, what would it be? What should we go for? Is it wide angle? Is it more something we can zoom further out? We do a lot of outdoor shooting, wildlife shooting, things like that. So that's one of the things that's in my mind. But let us know in the comments down below. That would be outstanding. So thank you guys for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing video, my very, very first unboxing video. So I hope I wasn't too boring with it. And hopefully you guys got to see the product a little bit. And then you'll get to see some real life shooting with it in our follow-up videos. So check those out as well. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon.